Hi everyone, this is Jamey. I was just commenting and talking to one of my friends, and we were talking about the idea of personality failure, so I wanted to do a quick little live video and answer this because I know that some of you are going to have a similar question. Sorry, I'm just a little bit out of breath right now because I just got done doing a workout, and right now I'm outside grounding, doing that thing, getting rid of those extra protons in my body. But here's what a personality failure is. You know, when we talk about dieting, or really kind of any objective that you want to achieve in your life, and it doesn't matter if it's losing weight, it doesn't matter if it's trying to get better grades at school, if it's trying to, get a better job. There are certain personality traits that we all have. And when it comes down to understanding what is the key factor that makes us successful or what makes us unsuccessful, what makes us happy, what makes us sad, what makes our relationships good, what makes our relationships bad, it all has to do with our programming, and that boils down to our self-esteem. Now, our programming is nothing more than all of the experiences that we've accumulated in our entire life. We have good experiences and bad experiences, and how we interpret that over time develops our neural network, and our brains start to develop certain patterns. And we end up developing a way of thinking. And oftentimes, if you look at dieting and how many different diets out there. I mean, there are literally thousands and thousands of diets. If you go to a self-help store, you Google, all the different diets. They're endless. They're everywhere. But there's always one consistency, and that is they really don't work very often. I mean, you can lose weight on any diet. There is no such thing as a bad diet, as long as you stick to it. But what a personality failure is a mode. It's a way of thinking. It is the root cause of all your successes and root causes of all of your failures. It is your personality. It is rooted within you. And so when I look at the concept of losing weight, or the concept of getting rid of anxiety or getting rid of depression, it all boils down to your own self-image, your own self-esteem. And if you work with me, one of the things that I'm always talking about is what is your vision? What is your intention of your vision? What is it that you perceive of yourself? What's your daily thoughts, your daily actions? And for a lot of people, they live in a world of victimhood. They live in a world of failure. And so this is your personality failure. This is the trait, and this is the root of who you are. So when I work with somebody who's trying to lose weight, or trying to, get a better job, or fall into a better relationship, none of that stuff matters unless we build a foundation. And today I was talking to my friend, and I was saying, that Jesus has a parable that he gives, and he says, don't put an old or a new patch on old clothing, or don't put new wine in old bottles. And the question is, why is that? Why wouldn't you want to do that? And the reason why, some of the great masters like Jesus said those things is because when you are trying to lose weight, for example, without changing the self-image, you might temporarily lose some weight, you might temporarily have some minor successes, but inevitably it goes back to exactly where you were at before you started the diet. And that's why the concept of yo-yo dieting seems to be so prevalent. And it is also something that the weight loss industry kind of counts on. Many years ago, when I got out of the service, one of the first jobs that I had was working at a fitness club. And what was interesting is at the beginning of the year, when everybody has their New Year's resolutions, the fitness club, we were selling gym memberships. All you had to do is to show up, and you were going to sell a ton of gym memberships. And that's because everybody really wanted to lose weight. Everybody has that goal and that objective. But you know, about 2 weeks later, it was the same number of people that showed up to the gym each and every day. It was the consistency. And so if you look at a gym, they never expand their walls, really. In fact, more gyms go out of business, it seems, than gyms are popping up. Yet each and every day there are thousands of people that join gyms. There are thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people that go on new diets. There are hundreds of thousands of people that start new programs. Yet, you know, we never expand the walls in those gyms. And so it all comes down to a personality failure or a personality success trait. And there is a percentage that's typically about 3%. And you've probably heard about this from a lot of different very successful business people or life coaches like myself or psychologists, that they talk about the 3% club. And that's typically because only about 3% of the population, once they start something out, that's about all there is that will achieve the success in whatever that endeavor is. And that is because 97% of the population do not focus on the root of change, and that is their own self-image. So again, when I'm focusing on helping somebody with the change in their life, that is exactly what we're going to attack first, because nothing else matters. It doesn't matter if you go on any type of weight loss program. If you don't change the self-image first, then you know the diet or that program is going to be unsuccessful. Now here's the funny thing. It's kind of counterintuitive, isn't it? It's exactly backwards. It's exactly backwards from what you think. You think, oh, I'm going to go on this weight loss program, or I'm going to do this exercise system, or I'm going to buy these CDs, or I'm going to buy this CD or DVD tape set, and I'm going to work out so that I can get the goal of being fit and being healthy. But the reality is, what you have to do is you have to create a vision first. You have to create the vision of you being that. You have to change your self-image. Now, I have heard a lot of people talk about, oh, you know, do the habit for 21 days. Well, that concept was developed by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who was a plastic surgeon, and he wrote a lot of great books, and he's kind of the father of, even though he was a plastic surgeon, that he got into a lot of the self-help and the self-psychology system. And he wrote a book called Cybernetics, or Psycho-Cybernetics. And he said that 21 days is the very beginning part to be able to see making change. And if you want to lose weight, for example, or if you want to, you know, get rid of anxiety, or if you want to, you know, not do drugs anymore, or not do drink alcohol anymore, or whatever it is, 21 days is basically the very beginning starting point, because it really takes about 6 to 9 months to really affect great change. And so I would encourage you, if you don't have a chance to talk to me, to find a coach, to find somebody that can walk you through on a day-to-day process on how you can effectively make those changes long term. So I hope that answered the question of what is personality failure. So in short, it is a mode of thinking, or it is a mindset that people develop, that everything that they accomplish in the back of their mind is going to be a failure. So people who enter into a weight loss program who have tried yo-yo dieting over and over and over, or people who go into a program, or a student who thinks, you know, I just can't do math. That is already a personality failure attitude. And so the likelihood of them becoming successful at math, or the likelihood of them losing that weight, is not going to happen, because they have to change the image first. They have to change their mindset first, and it is an ingrained process of creating an image of who you really want to be, and then being dedicated and sticking to that on a day-to-day basis to be able to make that change. So I love you all, and if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to send me a message on Facebook, or go to my YouTube page, because even though that channel is brand new and I'm starting to post lots of videos, a lot of little tidbits like this on how you can effectively, become a happier, healthier you is going to be on there. So I appreciate that, and I will talk to you all soon.